Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's been a couple of weeks since I uploaded my last video, but I wanted to come on and give you guys an update as well as share with you some marketing tips. Before I even begin, let me just go ahead and say, sorry, I don't have a cute intro with all that music and cute stuff and all that. Sorry, I don't know how to do all that. I could figure it out, but I really don't have time. So, I have 4 kids and summer now, so I'm talking like we weren't quarantined for like months, but whatever. I don't have time to figure it out. So if anyone wants to make my video for me, help a sister out, feel free. But we're going to go ahead and get into it. I do want to start by thanking my community because they have been so super supportive in our book sales. They are trying to get our books in the public school system. We had our first big order from right here in our community in Maryland, and we actually boxed up everything really, really cute and hand delivered it to her. So shout out to Miss Ruth for just supporting us and, believing in our dreams. So we are so thankful for you and all of our customers. I'm trying not to say so much. I feel like I be y'all to death. So I'm trying not to say so bear with me. But basically, I'm going to just go over some of the things that I did to try to market our book. Now, keep in mind, I am not a marketing guru, although I could pause this video right now and tell y'all to get into this Amazon wig, y'all, because I don't normally be buying my wigs from Amazon. I mean, these baby hairs is a little trash, but I'm going to fix them later. But we're not talking about that, because I don't normally get my wigs from Amazon, but this one is a must. If you want to know, just let me know, because it's all soft, and we can fix the baby hairs later. Okay, let me refocus, bring it back in. Sorry, guys. Ooh, I said it again. So, again, I'm not a marketing guru. I'm just telling you what worked for me. It doesn't mean it's going to work for you, but I'm hoping that it does. The first thing I would like to say is, my first piece of advice is don't be afraid to hear no. I went to Clark Atlanta University, and the motto is find a way or make one, and I swear I've been living by that motto ever since. Do not be afraid to put yourself out there. Do not be afraid to hear a no, because what's the worst thing they're going to say? No. Okay, and move on to the next one. So with that being said, I have reached out to several people in my area, in my state, from my state, to market my book. Whether it's, hey, can I send you a book? Can you post about our book? Granted, no one has done that yet, but they know about it. That's all that matters to me. So I've reached out to newscasters, radio personalities, social media influencers. There's a lot from Maryland, okay? So trust me, if they check their DMs, they're going to see something in regards to Black Girl Magic Sprinkles. And if they say no or they ignore me, okay, I prepare myself for that because that's the worst thing they can do. One of the newscasters actually is pitching our book right now to her team. So we're hoping to hear back from her soon. So that's my first piece of advice is don't be afraid to hear a no. Take that leap, because you never know, why try to depend on them hearing about it from someone else when you can just go straight to them and they can hear about it from the source. My second piece of advice is to know your target audience. Again, Black Girl Magic Sprinkles is a children's book catered to young girls of color, not necessarily Black girls. It's called Black Girl Magic Sprinkles because the saying Black Girl Magic, and that's something that I tell my daughters all the time. But I feel like any young girl who dreams big and wants to be the first at something or just to be successful can be encouraged and inspired by this book because the message is universal. There are so many jobs out there that don't even exist yet, and they could be the first because even if you haven't seen it, doesn't mean you can't achieve it, which is from the book. So know your audience. Because I knew I wanted to write a children's book and I wanted something that would appease to little girls, I got my daughter involved, my 8-year-old daughter. She's actually the main character in the story, and my youngest daughter is the other character. So not only do I have myself and my girls in the book, but I have my 8-year-old help me write it. Having my 8-year-old help me write the book and give her ideas allowed her to help me market the book. Having a child market a children's book is like A1, perfect. Everyone's like, oh my gosh, she's so beautiful. She's marketing a book. She's an author. So it's really cool. So invest in that and, have someone who would be just as engaging if they were to market your book. I posted a picture with my daughter signing her books because if you order from our website, bgnbooks.com, we personally sign them in hand, package and wrap them. And I posted a picture of that and it went viral. And that basically was why we got a lot of our sales too, because they saw that picture of her putting in the work because she's worked so hard on this book as well. I said again. But yeah, so know your audience, and if you can, if it's a children's book, have a child get involved with the book because they can help you market the book. Next, I did some research, and it said to post twice a day. Before I even get into the research, I want to go ahead and say that I have done tons of research this entire process. And I'm kind of getting a little bit of flack from it from my family because I believe the game is to be told, not sold. But my family is like, you tripping, you need to be charging consultations. My top 2 questions I get is, how did you publish your book, and how are you selling your book so fast? Again, how did I publish? I send them to my YouTube page. I talk about it. And I feel like I did get help with my book. My friend Charmise, who wrote the book Donald Goes to College, she told me about her publisher. That's all you really need is to find a publisher if you're going to self-publish. I just ended up not going with that publisher. I didn't like the services, so I had to research and find another publisher. And in the meantime, I wanted to know every step of the process, what it meant, what it looked like. I wanted to be informed. So I did some more research. And of course, I turned this into a brand and a business, so I had to do research in that aspect as well. So now I'm here with this video to tell you about how I market. I mean, it's online. Like, I feel like I'm not telling you something you ain't gonna find out for free anyway. But anyway, so I did some research, and it said you should post twice a day. So I'm like, how in the world am I gonna post twice a day? Like, I don't want to sound redundant. I don't want people like, here she go again. So I was trying to think of ways that I could post different posts that were still engaging, but not repetitive. So the first thing I did was I went to Dollar Tree and I purchased like little knickknacks and stuff. You know, everything in Dollar Tree is $1. So I got these frames. I got a little poster board. It's just a white poster board. Set up the poster board, put the frames on it, put the book on top, turned on my ring light, boom. I had a whole portrait studio in here, and I took images of my book. So I began posting that. I downloaded a couple of apps where you can make advertisements and things like that for your social media. And that seemed to work as well. It gave me different images. I paid for a book mock-up. I found one on Fiverr. I think it was like $5 or $10. And if you don't know what a book mock-up is, it's basically you send them a PDF image of your cover and the back of your book, and they send you images of your book in a professional setting, almost like a photo shoot for your book. So I have my book in the hands of people I don't even know in some pictures. I have my books on some frames on walls. I had people just sitting on the couch with the iPad with my book on the screen. So many different images. I think I got 56 for like $10. So that was a really good deal. I also did a book trailer. I downloaded an app where you can make your own book trailers. So I did a lot of that during the pre-sale just to kind of get the word out and get people like looking forward to purchasing the book. So book mock-ups, book trailers, and taking pictures. Make sure that your pictures are professional looking. You do not want to have pictures where you got your hand like here by my book. Like, you don't want that. You don't want your hand in the picture. You don't want half your face. Like, you don't want your background cluttered. Make it look professional because you're selling a professional product. So you want to make sure that's the vibe that you're giving off. Another piece of advice I would give is make sure your cover is engaging. I got a lot of flack from some of my social media groups about my illustrator. They had not seen my book because I did not show anyone ahead of time. But when it was brought up how much the people pay, I paid $100 a page for my illustrator because I had 4 or 5 illustrators in mind. And out of all the proofs I got, this was the illustrator that caught my attention the most. The characters looked like my girls. It was colorful. It was bright. It was engaging. It was exactly what I wanted. And I feel like you get what you pay for. So everyone down to me for paying $100 a page. And they're like, well, I only paid $35 a page. And their character don't have no neck. Like, how does your character not have a neck? Like, this is what I'm saying. You get what you pay for. So, and ever since my book has been out, I've gotten numerous compliments on the cover and how beautiful it is and how vibrant and how it catches the reader's attention and things like that. So please have an engaging cover that suits your targeted audience. Sorry, I said again. The next thing I did, or that I'm continuing to do to market my book, is I've joined different social media groups with like-minded individuals. So because I wrote a children's book, I'm in several groups with like Black authors, Black children's book authors, authors of books, authors supporting authors, children's book authors. Like, there's so many groups. There's a group for everything. And within those groups, we market, we talk about our products, we share our products with one another. One of the groups I'm in, we're doing this awesome thing where everybody in the group has been put into subgroups. And within those subgroups, they pick 2 authors a month, and everyone in that subgroup will buy their books and then review them on Amazon for them. So that's a great way to get it out, because now you have several people reading your book. And of course, the hope is that they'll share it with their friends, and they'll share it with their friends, and so on and so forth. So social media and joining groups is definitely a plus to help get your book out there. I talked about not being afraid to say no. I've talked about downloading the different apps and taking good pictures. So the last thing I have to share is just asking people to like and share. If they can't support your book financially, they can share it. That's free. It doesn't cost anything. I've literally sold to my husband's coworkers. I've gone physically to Walmart asking about getting my book in the store. It's already online, but I want it in the store. We have events coming up. We've signed up at different vendor tables for community events to sell. You just really want to get your name out there. So just ask people to share it. Ask people to talk about it. I feel like that's really the biggest thing. You have to get your name out there. So all in all, I hope I've given you some really good advice. That's what we're doing. That's what worked for us. I didn't want to say again. I'm sorry. I'm really trying, y'all. I'm new to this YouTube thing. So just bear with me. Hopefully, like by the next video, there'll be no more ums. But for now, I just really wanted to share, because I'm getting the same questions over and over and over again. And with me filling so many book orders, and we are personally wrapping each individual book, it takes time, and I don't have time to answer all the questions. I don't want to seem like I'm being rude. I just really don't have time. So I figured, let me just put this video out. This is how our books are selling. This is what we're doing. I really hope that it's helpful to someone and that you're able to see your sales increase by this information that I'm giving you. But in the meantime, just don't forget, if you hear a no, it's okay. That doesn't mean it's the end. Just keep it moving to the next one. Just like I learned at CAU, find a way or make one. Bye.